jealous and insecure and bitter, and other people are friendly and warm. But we're all a great group. You know, when you say to people you live in London, they go, oh, wow, everyone says the same thing.
When the housewives call you, it's huge, and it's really not that difficult a decision to make.
There's no caviar.
What? What's happened to the caviar?
Oh, that's rude.
Limber. Look at those legs, Amanda.
I know. Oh, the boobs.
You look good.
Not all of us have had a facelift. You need one.
I do not need a facelift.
So how does it feel to be heading up the inaugural Real Housewives of London?
Exciting.
Such an honour. Yeah, such a huge honour.
Amazing.
What was the emotion sort of like when the call came in, the email came in? Were there any hesitations?
I mean, it's a big decision to make, and
huge.
it's something that, you know, we can start our families with, and we have to, you don't go in blindly, but I mean, when the housewives call you, it's huge, and it's really not that difficult a decision to make.
I think we all really considered it.
If you didn't take whether you wanted it or not, you know that if you didn't do it, it would be a regret.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's a huge thrill and honour.
Yes.
Honour, huge honour.
And what has it been like sort of working together in this sort
Amazing.
not crazy, not the right word, but sort of in such an intense environment as filming a reality series?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
Most of the time.
Electric.
Some great adjectives there.
Yeah, you have your great moments that you really go, gosh, I'm so happy to be doing this, because it belly laughs and like good times, and it's always highs and lows, ebbs and flows. But that makes good telly, right?
Yeah.
But then it's
So
because
true.
it's like you're living in your authentic reality. So it's everything, all the emotions that come with everyday life. So that's what it is, really.
And what was it like sort of having those cameras following you? I know some of you have sort of been in this franchise before and been on TV before, but sort of taking this in an isolated way, what was that like? Was that very natural for those who haven't really done it before?
They're so good at not noticing that the cameras are
After
there.
5 seconds, you forget the cameras, you forget that you're mic'd up. So that's a tricky part of it.
Everyone's such a natural. I think the housewives breed. It takes a special kind of person.
Yeah,
I think
I
every
think
one
so.
of these girls has that quality.
Yeah,
It's like no holds bar, very honest and straightforward and fun, wild, and you don't know what you're gonna get. So I think everybody in this group, it's a certain kind of person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the Housewives franchise is so popular worldwide, like worldwide domination.
Yeah.
What do you think is its recipe to success? What makes it so popular, so watchable?
Because as Panthea said, and a lot of people said, is to escape.
Yeah.
You're in your kitchen. Even me, myself, being a housewife, I mean, when I was doing my fashion business, my label, and when I had difficult moments, in the evenings when I'm cooking, I just turn the TV on and I forget about my day. So I think that's why people really appreciate the franchise, really.
But I think the formula is that it's a real group of friends.
Yes.
And,
People can relate.
Some people knew each other better than others, or we were all connected in some kind of a way, and we're not just 6 random women put together. And there is definitely a secret formula to the Real Housewives, which only they have, and it cannot be replicated.
And I think everyone in the world can relate with friendship. Because that's nature. Friendship is nature. So I think that's why people love to watch the franchise, because it's about friendship. And some people have good friendships, some people have bad friendships, people have arguments. So it just carried through the whole journey of friendship.
And growth as well.
And growth.
We see this growth, personally and through the group, and we're all on a journey, and we get to guide each other, help each other if we want to.
Different cities. So, you get to see New York and how people live in New York, in their apartments and their high rises, and Beverly Hills with the glamour and their houses, and how people live here in New York,
London.
London. Sorry, in London. And some of us, are over the top, some of us are more humble, some of us live like more, you know what I mean? Like we live all different, we live, we live beautiful lives.
To our means.
And
we're all mothers, and I think you can relate with a mother going through different age groups of children and tackling, one going to university, one starting school.
We're all mothers.
Sleepless nights, marriages, all of those things. And I think, at the end of the day, we're all human, and we've got to remember we're we're bringing entertainment, and I think that people love looking into other people's lives and see how they tackle problems, ups and downs.
Their relationships inside their home, their marriages, their homes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and there's something relatable there, even though you all, do live different lifestyles to perhaps some viewers. There is, as you say, the friendship, motherhood. There is that relatability there of watching too.
Yes,
absolutely. And I think women are very competitive, and you see that in this type of show. Women do compete with each other, and that's just the way we are. We're complex
beings.
Some people aren't competitive.
And only in sports.
Some people are supportive.
I'm competitive in sports.
There's
Some
competitive
people
and then
are
there's
jealous
supportive.
and insecure and bitter, and other people are friendly and
No
warm.
one's
But we're
jealous.
all a great group of women.
I'm not a
Oh yeah. So as you
Nor
said
an
about
insecure
it,
person.
about the question. It's about the crown, and it's about friendship.
So sorry.
We are
Next
a
question.
big group of friends.
What do you
but,
think makes London the perfect backdrop for this series?
It's the best city in the world.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
There's no city like London.
There
isn't.
London
What
was
did
built.
someone say? If you're bored of London, you're bored of life?
Yes.
You're tired of
It was
London.
Samuel. It was not Oscar Wilde. It was Samuel
Samuel
Johnson or something like that. Yeah. It's true. There's just the glamour of the
It
really
backdrop
is.
and the way that
Everything. Like
people
London
live
just
and,
represents so well.
And what are some parts of London that are shown throughout the series that you're excited for sort of people to see?
The tourist
Well,
area.
at the beginning of the series, I mean, you had a little taster of it. Amanda and I had the great privilege of riding horses in the Royal Parks. I mean, who in the world gets an opportunity to ride past Kensington Palace, Kensington Gardens, Hyde Park? I mean, that is the heart of London. And we had some very iconic moments throughout the series, you will see. Just
Great
watching
parties.
and some most beautiful,
and all the
landmarks,
iconic areas.
the landmarks
Tower Bridge,
of London.
the backdrop of Tower Bridge.
And
the
how
London Eye.
it's not just London, it's England. It has so
Yeah.
many beautiful places. One doesn't need
We
to
did
always
leave
get
London.
on.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't always need to get on a plane to go somewhere
Yeah,
else.
true. You can go to
You see
Cornwall
the
and have a look at
beauty of this
summertime. You can
country.
go to Cornwall if you're in south of France.
Yes.
That's
You
true.
know? And
I
that's
was
it.
just there a
Jersey?
couple months ago.
Where you? Where were you?
Yes,
St. Ives?
it's true.
We have a place in
beautiful.
St. Paul's.
Oh, very nice.
It's
Yeah,
really
I love it
So
there.
great, beautiful.
I think people will be enthralled by the beauty and the glamour of the
Of
UK
London,
and London and the
And what we
the
bring.
interesting women that live there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've only seen the first episode, but there is a very lavish party to begin with. There's some tensions there too, but I think it's sort of teased in the trailer as well that there are highs and lows, but at the end of the day, and I think as you've said here, there is that friendship at the whole, but can we expect sort of more tensions throughout, but ultimately...
You will have to wait and see.
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Can't give it all away in one go.
Of course. And I guess for someone who isn't the average viewer of Housewives, has never seen an episode of any of them, how do you think this show itself sets itself apart from other reality series where we do see, sort of people following around friendship groups and things like that?
Well, London is a melting pot of different cultures and diversity, and I mean, just look at the panel right now. We're all so different, but our personalities, our characters, our foundations, they're all different. We're all coming from different walks of life, and that is what speaks of London. And I hope the world will see that. I hope are good representatives. I think we're the best representatives.
And we show different dynamics of our lives. We show
Yeah.
friendship, we show husbands, children. So it's a bit of everything that people can relate to.
You won't
so
see
that's
this
why
in any
so
other
that's why our reality show.
Yeah, it's true,
I think that's why the Housewife franchise sets apart from other reality TV shows because you see a bit of everything: the glamour, family life, the friendship, relationships. It just covers the whole entire.
I thought Amanda was the only English person on this show. Then I found out today she's 90% Irish. Got that wrong.
And I guess you've kind of touched upon it, but how do you think that Real Housewives of London sets itself apart from rather it just being a UK version of Housewives of Jersey or Atlanta? How do you think it is this very standalone, unique series?
Because I think people have been waiting for a London housewife for years. And I think people always create a narrative about Londoners. So I think now they're really excited to see how Londoners live, how women in London actually live their everyday lives. So I think this set apart from everything else because the Americans always look at the British like to be really uptight and super posh.
Yeah.
So they're really, really anticipating for this show to see really and truly the curtains away how it's going to be.
I mean, there is an element of that as well.
I mean, in London, you have,
but,
you know, it's a very expensive city. Whatever walk of life, you know, it's expensive, and you have to work extremely hard. And you're just going to see strong, powerful women, but that doesn't mean that we're still soft and, you know, kind. But London is it's a tough city. There's a lot of people, you know, when you say to people you live in London, they go, oh, wow, everyone says the same thing, because people know how difficult it is to live in London, to get to London, you know.
Let alone thrive.
Yeah,
You know, to get to London in the first place, I wasn't born in London. So, you know, we've all come into the city, I think, apart from...
I was born here.
You were born. Okay, so we have, so there's you know, you have to be strong and tough and resilient.
Yeah.
You know, British women are extremely resilient. You know, my mother and my grandmother.
The Queen.
We're
Margaret
war
Thatcher.
generation. You know, tough
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher. You know, we don't mess around. So.
No.
But then, you know, we're mothers and we're soft and we're
But we've
kind
also
and
got
relatable,
the British
you know.
humour and the wit.
Oh, we're so funny and
just-
dry
we're
and sarcastic.
So funny.
Yes.
I have to agree with the wit. There's a certain sort of element of British humour, that and amusement that just I think Americans don't quite get, which I think will definitely give the edge of this one. Would you say, from sort of all the things you've mentioned, that this will squash stereotypes as well?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or amp them up, or amplify.
I don't believe in stereotypes. They all need to go. Stereotypes is a big no-no. You know, don't judge a book by its cover.
That's very
You know, it's very strong messaging coming out today. Get to know the person, and you know, you can decide whether you like them or not. But don't underestimate or judge. No.
Definitely. And do you guys, I mean, I know it's probably too early to say given the first episode's not even out yet, but do you guys sort of see yourselves doing this series long term?
Yes.
Should the opportunity be there? What,
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah,
on it
easy
for the long
answer.
run.
Yeah,
You
for the long run.
You commit.
10 years.
Yeah.
and then one final question, which I sort of like to ask in these junkets, if you could summarise the Real Housewives of London in a few adjectives or maybe a punchy sentence, how would you describe it?
Bonkers.
An adventure.
Hot. Spicy.
Yeah.
Wild ride.
It is a wild
Hold on tight.
Yeah.
Unexpected volcano. Buckle your seatbelts.
Yeah.
You guys
Full
have
blown
fun and
entertainment.
fabulous.
you've done the headline for me.
Worth that $4.99 a month, let
Yes.
me tell you.
You know what I say? I say there's going to be a lot of turbulence.
Yeah.
So
Strap yourselves
Buckle in.
in.
Buckle up,
buckle up. Yeah, buckle in.